tonight's episode. Join us as we explore the series of conflict that occurred, tore our great nation apart, and led it towards its tipping point. This conflict includes the election of 1860, the South seceding from the nation and the Confederacy forming, and finally, Fort Sumter. So tune in and experience the Civil War.
Right now, we're going to get an exclusive from all the candidates of the 1860 election as they await the results. We're so excited because this election will either prevent this country from war or drive it closer and closer to it. This election shows the American people's greatest fear that there are no longer national parties between Breckinridge and Bell are competing in the southern votes, while Douglas and Lincoln are competing for the northern ones. These two sides are now effectively two political enemies, and here's no way to bridge the gap. Let's go in.
My name's Abraham Lincoln. I'm a candidate in the Republican Party. I run for president because I believe we have to find resolution regarding the slavery issue as soon as possible. It needs to be decided what happens to our new territory. I say the territories should be free.
Douglas, a Northern Democrat, and the slavery issue should be solved by popular sovereignty. I believe that people in the territory have the right to decide what should happen.
Hello, my name is John Bell. I am a constitutional unionist from Tennessee. During this election, I believe the federal government should support slavery and also defend the Union. We need a government that can uphold our constitutional rights to own slaves. If you hold the same beliefs as me, vote for me. John Breckinridge here. As you know, I am a Southern Democrat from Kentucky. You should vote for me if you want federal government to protect slavery.
Abraham Lincoln wins and is now elected as the new president of this great nation. He won without one vote from the South.
Oh my, no votes from the South. Let's get some opinions from the public in the South. See what kind of conflict is brewing. This is outrageous! We get a new president who didn't even elect. We don't feel represented at all!
We should just split from the Union. We don't have the same values and no longer a voice in the government. It would be the best for the South to secede Union.
We are now going to sit down and have an interview with Jefferson Davis, a former Mississippi senator who has now been elected as President of the Confederate States of America. In the past, Davis supported the Compromise of 1850, but he had also insisted that the South should be left alone to manage its own culture and institutions, including slavery. Welcome, Jefferson.
Thank you for having me.
First question. Since some of the southern states have seceded, you will need a new government. Tell me, what is your institution going to look like?
While the Confederate Constitution closely resembles the U.S. Constitution, it stresses the independence of each state and implies that states have the right to succeed. It also guarantees the protection of slavery. We also wanted the support of Britain and France, so we made the trading of slaves illegal.
So I heard from a source that some Southerners did not back the Confederacy. Tell me about that.
Well, some planters that had connections with the North were still hoping for a compromise, and other people who just didn't care, didn't want to back us up very much. But they elected me as president, which made a lot of people want to come.
Thank you so much for coming into our show, and good luck in your presidency.
Thank you.
Mr. President, please tell us more about what is happening at Fort Sumter.
Fort Sumter was seized by the Confederacy. I tried to send troops and supplies to the fort to get it back, but the Confederacy shot at our ships and we had to turn around.
That sounds so dangerous.
Yes, and that's just the beginning. Abraham Lincoln just made a very important decision. If we go onto the fort, we might risk the start of a civil war. But American troops really need supplies. So Lincoln made a promise to South Carolina that he will just send food, but no arms.
So what do you think will happen next? Do you think South Carolina is going to trust him?
It looks like South Carolina doesn't trust Lincoln. The Confederacy wants the U.S. troops to surrender, and they are bombarding the fort. The only problem is our troops are running out of ammunition, and so we might have to surrender.
Thank you so much. And as you can see, we're looking at the possible beginning of the Civil War. Thank you so much for watching us. Tune in the next.
Wait, what happened to her?